Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Hope you all are doing good. In this video, we will discuss the important questions for Bpsc 105, that is the Introduction to Comparative Government and Politics. This paper has two sections, answer 5 questions in all, and you have to select at least 2 from each section. It means you have to answer 3 from one section and 2 from another section. In total, you have to answer 5 questions, and each question carries 20 marks. So let's start our video. Unit 1, we have the question: explain the meaning and scope of comparative study in politics, plus describe major concepts of comparative study of politics. Unit 2, identify and describe the important methods of comparison. What are the different methods of comparison? The methods are like this: experimental method, case study, statistical method, historical method. Next question from this unit 2 is: what is comparative method? How it differs from other methods? List the advantages and disadvantages of comparative method over other methods. You have to write what is comparative method, how it differs from other methods, and you have to list some of its advantages as well as its disadvantages. Unit 3, you can skip this question, you can skip this unit. Unit 4, the questions are: define a system, explain objectives and elements of system approach. What is a system? You have to define that, and you have to write the objectives and elements of that system approach. Next question: evaluate the system's theory in its proper perspective. You have to write the what is systems theory. Unit 5, or the last unit of block 1 is, and the question is: describe the various attributes of political economy as a concept. Describe the various attributes of political economy as a concept. Move to block 2, unit 6. You may skip it, but if you have time, you can see the answer of this question. The question is: explain the idea of liberal democracy and capitalism. Elucidate their changing nature and interrelationship between these two ideas. But I am saying further, you can skip it if you have no time for it. But if you can see, you have time, you can see it, as it may be asked in short notes. Let's move to unit 7. The question is: explain the concept of socialism and socialist states. Describe the functioning of socialist states. So what is socialism and socialist states, and you have to write the functions of socialist states. In unit 8, you must have known with these terms, and the terms are decolonization, Latin America, autonomy, overdeveloped state. After that, we have complete block 2. Next, move to block number 3, unit 9. What is parliamentary sovereignty and rule of law? You have to write what is parliamentary sovereignty and rule of law. Analyze the nature of relationship between the executive and legislature in UK parliamentary system. You have to write the nature and the relationship between the executive and legislature in UK parliamentary system. We know the Indian parliamentary system, but UK parliamentary system, what are the nature and relationship between the executive and legislature? You must know that thing. Unit 10, important: what is dependency theory or third world perspective of development? In the previous session, the question contains, this question contains like a short term. You have to define that. The question was the dependency theory. But in this session it may be asked for 20 marks, and the question can be, what is dependency theory or third world perspective of development? Okay, you have to prepare it for long question. Dependency theory or third world perspective of development. Next question, explain dependent development. What is dependent development? Next question, describe the various development strategies adopted by Brazil since its independence. So, dependency theory, it contains Brazil as country. So, what are the various development strategies that were adopted by Brazil after its independence? You have to write those things. Next, move to Unit 11. Questions are basic elements of federal system. It is also very much important that what is federal system and what are the basic elements of federal system. Our India is also a federal systematical government. Explain how federalism act as a significant theme for comparative analysis. For comparative analysis, uh, you have to explain how federalism is a significant theme. Next question, structure the Brazilian and Nigerian federalism. Brazil and Nigeria, in that countries, what is the structure of federalism? Unit 12, discuss the basic characteristics of the Chinese political system. Unit 11, my sayings you can correct this, like India, I think both unitary and federal system. Okay, so Unit 12, but you have to see the Brazil and Nigeria federalism and those structure for your questions, as your book contains those countries, Brazil and Nigeria, and their structure of federalism. Okay, Unit 12, discuss the basic characteristics of the Chinese political system. Chinese political system, what are the basic characteristics of this system? And discuss the role of Communist Party of China, or the CPC. CPC, Communist Party of China. You have to discuss, you have to elucidate the role of this party, role of this Communist Party of China. So Unit 12 is based on Chinese political system and on China. So you must have knowledge on Chinese political system and the Communist Party of China. After that, we have completed this, all the three blocks. Okay, only three blocks are here. We have completed it. Bpsc 105, introduction to comparative government and politics. Hope it will helpful to you. If it is, then do comment. Thank you so much for viewing. All the very best for your examinations.